So, have you ever wondered if there's a secret system for building wealth? I mean, one that works completely under the radar, a set of rules that lets your financial life just flourish, totally hidden from prying eyes. Well, there's this fascinating promise that hints such a system exists, and we're gonna unpack it. It all kicks off with this single sentence. It's not a headline from a magazine or a book title. It's just this one statement that is absolutely packed with intrigue. I mean, think about it. It promises a secret, a specific number, a whole process, and a very specific outcome: invisible growth. It almost sounds like a magic trick for your bank account, doesn't it? Okay, so here's the thing. We don't actually have the list of these supposed 7 rules. But honestly, that's what makes this so much more interesting. Instead of just hunting for some secret list, we're going to investigate the powerful idea behind the promise. What's the real value in being unnoticed? And why is a system of rules so incredibly compelling to us? Let's start with that first big idea: invisibility. The promise isn't just about growing your wealth, it's about doing it quietly. So why would that be such a core part of a powerful financial strategy? Well, it turns out there's a huge strategic advantage to staying off the radar. And this idea, it actually has a name: stealth wealth. It's basically a conscious choice to separate your actual net worth from the lifestyle people see. Now, this isn't about being cheap or hiding money for sketchy reasons. It's about prioritizing real financial substance over just sending social signals. And this really lays out 2 completely different philosophies. On one side, you've got loud wealth. That's a game you play for an audience, right? It's all fueled by what other people think, focused on high status stuff, and it creates this constant social pressure. But quiet wealth, it just flips the whole script. The focus shifts to actual financial assets. The motivation comes from your own internal goals, and the ultimate prize isn't admiration, it's personal freedom and security. And here's the real-world payoff of taking that quiet approach. When no one knows what you have, you get to escape that toxic cycle of keeping up with the Joneses. You gain a lot more security, both physically and financially, because you're just not a target. But maybe the most important thing is you get the mental freedom to focus on your goals and to build relationships based on who you are, not on what you happen to own. So that kind of covers the unnoticed part of the puzzle. But what about the grows part of the promise? Let's dig into that next, because the kind of wealth that grows quietly, well, it often grows in a very different way than the kind that makes a ton of noise. This is such a great way to think about it. We tend to associate wealth with these big, loud, sudden events. You know, winning the lottery, a massive IPO. But for most people, real lasting wealth is built a lot more like this tree. It's a slow, steady, almost boring process of compounding that just happens day after day, year after year, far, far away from the spotlight. You can almost break this process down into a kind of life cycle. First, you have to lay the foundation, and that comes from consistent saving. Then, you plant the seeds through strategic investing. And then, and this is the hardest part, you nurture it with time and patience. You have to resist that urge to constantly pull it up just to see if it's growing. The eventual harvest isn't some flashy car, it's true financial freedom. Okay, so we've looked at being unnoticed, and we've looked at how wealth grows. But what about that magic number? The whole promise of 7 rules is incredibly powerful. And the reason for that is actually rooted deep in our psychology. The number 7. It just has this almost mythical quality to it, doesn't it? I mean, you've got the 7 wonders of the ancient world, 7 days of the week, 7 deadly sins. The number just feels complete. It feels authoritative, and maybe just a little bit magical. It implies a system that's been tested, that's whole, and that you really shouldn't question. So here's the crucial point. Our brains are just wired to love systems, especially for something as complex and emotional as money. A set of rules, it gives you a clear, actionable path. It creates a sense of control in what feels like a chaotic world. It cuts through all the noise and that overwhelming decision fatigue, and it basically promises a proven formula, a shortcut to a really difficult goal. That's the appeal. So we've kind of deconstructed the original promise. We've got the power of invisibility, the quiet engine of growth, and the appeal of a simple system. Now, let's put it all together and find the real secret that's hidden in that one little sentence. And here it is. The real secret isn't some list of financial tips you could just find online. The true advantage is adopting the entire philosophy. It's making a fundamental shift from playing an external game of appearances to playing an internal game of accumulation. This quote just perfectly captures that mindset shift. Are you playing to an audience, or are you playing for yourself? Are you focused on the performance of wealth? The cars, the clothes, the vacations, or are you focused on the actual substance of it? The assets, the security, and the freedom? This really brings us to the core principle of stealth wealth. The objective itself actually changes. You stop optimizing for admiration, and you start optimizing for autonomy. The ultimate luxury isn't a designer watch. It's waking up and knowing that you have control over your time and your life. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. Just forget the rules for a moment and ask yourself this question. If you could remove all the social pressure, all the external judgment, and the need to impress anyone, what would you build? What would your goals be? Because the answer to that, that's where the real wealth is.